Hey guys, great video blog for you. I got a message in from Miles. He's out in Chicago, and Miles writes in here, send me a message and says, "Hey TJ, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Miles and I'm currently living out in Chicago. A buddy of mine was ranting all about your website, and with that I had to come and check it out for myself. I've been a member for a number of months now, and you have taught me so much and have helped me to start to figure out how to fight this battle of fitness. However, I would like to gather your thoughts around how to set your weekly gym routine. I either hit the weights or play soccer every day and eat fairly well, but I really don't get the results that I need. I hope this question isn't too ridiculous or obvious, but I could really use some help to get my ass in shape. Keep inspiring, your friend Miles." Well, Miles, great question, man, and I certainly appreciate you sending that note over to me. Let me first start off by addressing the fact that I don't know what your goal is. You see, you said that you don't get the results that you need, so it's hard for me to direct this response directly to you, mainly because I don't know what your goal is. I'm not sure if you're trying to lose weight, put on mass, or maybe put on some lean muscle while being agile and fast on the pitch, on the soccer field. So I can't give you an exact specific answer tailored for you. But what I'm going to do is provide a buffet of different workout splits, ranging from different weekly splits as far as exercises go. I'm going to give you guys a buffet of different ab exercises and ab splits, as well as different cardio splits. And what I want you guys to do is take a little bit of the lifting splits, see if that sounds good to you and your schedule. Take the ab routine that I give you, or take the cardio split, put each one of those on your plate and see if that fills you up and is best for you. So I'm going to provide you guys just an overview of those three. You know, the lifting split, the exercises, the cardio split, and then the ab split. So those three main things. With that being said, guys, for a majority of this video, we're going to focus in on the lifting split, and then do a little bit of an overview of the cardio split, and then the ab split, and then those two are going to be very heavily dissected in other video blogs I'm going to do for you guys. So I'm going to do a cardio vlog. I'm going to do a ab vlog, really digging deep into the details of those two, because those are subjects or topics that we could dig into for hours, and I don't want this to be too long because, as you know, I get long-winded. So, Miles, let's jump into this, buddy. As we're structuring our, we'll say a weekly split, okay? When we're structuring our workout routine for a 1 week split, the goal is to have a sound structure to it, but at the same time, make sure that it provides enough muscle shock by creating variations in different variables within that workout program to ensure that our body isn't adapting to it and it's continuously growing and having to be faced with different challenges. That way, if we go in and do the same thing every single day, every single week, every month, what happens is our body adapts to it and we're no longer being challenged and we won't grow. Now, we may get stronger by doing that, but physically, our body isn't going to grow. The shape of our muscle isn't going to grow, and that's what most of us want. So let's dig into this. I'm going to give you guys a couple of examples of what your weekly workout routine can look like, ranging from kind of on the lighter side in terms of how many times you go to the gym to a more advanced lifting split. So, you know, if you're a beginner, nothing wrong with that. You might want to, or if you're extremely busy, or if you're a beginner with an extremely busy schedule and you kind of don't know if the gym is for you, let's try some of this. Full body, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, so you're going into the gym, you're doing a little bit of upper body, a bit of your core, some legs, so you might be doing some bench press, some pull-ups, some bicep curls, some close grip bench press for the tris, some squats, just hitting everything, okay, really polishing off the entire body. And your workout is probably going to be a little longer because you obviously have to hit a lot of muscle groups, but you're only lifting every other day throughout the week. So whether that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, that is one example of a workout split. Another one that might be just a notch above that in terms of advancement. You might do Monday through Friday, where you're doing upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, lower. Okay, so I guess that would be Monday through Saturday, 6 days. So you're doing full upper body Monday, full lower body Tuesday, and then upper body Wednesday, lower body Thursday, and you're repeating, and you take Sunday off as a rest day. One notch above that, we would do something very similar where it's Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday, and instead of just upper body, we're going to focus on a particular muscle group in that upper body. So it's going to be more of a push, pull workout scheme. So Monday would look like chest, Tuesday would be back, Wednesday would be shoulders, Thursday would be biceps and triceps, and then Friday could be your legs. Very similar to that, just kind of flip around the exercises, but the same days. It could be chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, legs on Wednesday, shoulders on Thursday, arms on Friday, and then legs again on Saturday. That's a much more all-around complete workout. I think that's a lot better than the last one. Let's take it up another notch, a little more advanced, where we're starting to couple different muscle groups together. So an example of that, still the common theme here is that it's almost always going to be a push day, then a pull day, then a push day, then a pull day. And the reason for that, guys, before I get into the next split, is that we want to allow our body enough time to rest. If we were to do I see this so many times, guys, is where we see a lagging body part, most commonly a chest. People's chest is usually their weakness, or it's something that they want to build, and so they go to the gym every day and hit chest. Start every exercise or every workout program with chest. They're hitting the bench every day. And it doesn't work like that, guys. We have to not only create the demand for growth in the gym by tearing and elongating the muscle fibers that I talk about all the time, but it really takes place during rest and nutrition. So we create the demand to grow in the gym, but we don't actually grow until we provide the rest and the nutrition afterwards. So if we're constantly hitting the gym and hitting the same muscle group every single day, we're not allowing our body enough time to recover. And it's very likely that the muscle group is going to get very strong, but it's not going to grow. And that's not what we want. That's kind of wasted effort. So let's be smarter about that by breaking our days and formatting our days where we're at least hitting upper body, and then while that's resting, we can hit lower body. Or while we hit chest today, we're going to let it rest the next day and we'll hit back, and vice versa. And we continue that progression and that pattern. So we're always letting something rest while we're hitting the other body part. So where did I leave off? Getting into the more advanced lifting splits where we're coupling two different body groups, or muscle groups, I should say. We might hit on Monday chest and triceps, and then on Tuesday back and biceps, and so on and so forth. Another example of that would be on Monday chest and back, and then Tuesday shoulders and arms, and then Wednesday legs, and then you repeat that. So Thursday would be chest and back again, Friday would be shoulders and arms, and then Saturday would be legs again, Sunday rest. Okay, so those are different examples of what your workout routine is in terms of your level. Are you beginner, intermediate, advanced? What are your goals? What's your schedule? And go from there, guys. So another thing, Miles, I want to address you specifically for this because it's something I can relate to a lot. A lot of times, I'll play soccer from time to time. And I know there's a lot of college athletes that watch my videos, a lot of people that are doing some form of recreational sport or playing sport collegiately. What you can do is tailor your split around that sport. Let's say if you're just kind of a recreational basketball player, soccer player, baseball player, whatever, and you play on Monday nights. That's okay. We can work around that. Maybe that's kind of your rest day, more of your active rest day. And so you can lift Tuesday through Sunday, and then Monday is your active rest by playing that sport. Or you're just doing Tuesday through Saturday and you're completely resting on Sunday and then doing your sport on Monday. Or if you, for whatever reason, your schedule demands that you lift Monday through Saturday, Sunday is going to be your rest day, but Monday might be consisting of two different things where your sport and your game is in the evening, so maybe you do your workout in the morning. So you would still hit chest in the morning and then go to your game in the evening and then back on Tuesday, legs on Wednesday, arms on Thursday, whatever your split is, whatever you choose. So that's an example of how we can work around our sports or our activities, and it doesn't have to just be a sport. Maybe you have a church event or you volunteer or whatever it may be, some sort of conference, weekly conference, whatever it may be. We can work around that. So that's no problem there. Now, one thing we can do to ensure that we're constantly creating the shock on our body, I had mentioned that we need to make sure that our split is sound and it's formatted well and structured very well and has a pattern in terms of upper body, lower body, lower body, or push, pull, providing that rest for our muscles to grow. But at the same time, we also need to ensure that there are variables in there that create shock and create excitement in our muscles, where when we go in there, our body thinks it knows what's coming, but it really doesn't. And so we have to shock it up. So where we may be doing barbell bench, next week, let's switch it up and do dumbbell bench. See, there's a very minor variation there, barbell to dumbbell, but it makes a world of a difference. Because with the barbell, when we're doing bench, here is our placement, right? We tuck our elbows in, okay? What we do is we're locked into this position. Pretend I'm laying on my back. We're locked into this position. So it's either up or down or left and right in terms of where the weight can go. But with dumbbells, it's the same thing. We're here, we're locked in, elbows bent in a little bit, but now all of a sudden our wrists are moving and we have to utilize our stabilization muscles to keep the dumbbell from tipping right or left, inward, outward, and then we also have to control it from going this way. Not only that, but we can go in further. I don't know if you can see this, but if we're with a barbell, we can only go as low as the barbell will allow it because it will hit my chest, right? But with dumbbells, we can go lower, creating more stretch, elongating the muscle belly, which is going to enhance growth. And then on the top, if you're with a barbell, you're locked here, right? Your grip placements are here. So they're locked the whole time. But with a dumbbell, we're coming in low, and then when we're coming up in the concentric, boom, we're able to come closer together, creating almost like a fly, being able to squeeze the pecs closer together, helping create that indent, that ridge that rides the middle of the chest. And so there's more bang for our buck, where bench press serves a purpose. You're definitely going to be able to put a lot of weight in there and focus on this motion, creating a lot of thickness. But at the same time, there's a lot of benefit to dumbbells where we can increase the range of motion. And not only that, but start to create more muscle activation through the stabilizer muscles. So a lot of benefits in just small tweaks. So that's one example, barbell to a dumbbell. And then there's grip placements. If we're continuously on the bench press, it's a great, this is the easiest example to use. So bench press, if we're typically here, kind of neutral grip, sometimes we can go wide grip, focusing more effort on the outer chest. Or we can go closer. Now remember, if we're closer than if we're going inside shoulder width, then we're going to be working more of our triceps. So we don't want to go too close, but we know that we have a range between shoulder width and don't be stupid, but here to here. Okay, there's difference there. Now, not only are grip placements important, we can also use that. Another good example of that is barbell curls. Or easy bar curls where it's curved like this, or like this, or like this, or flat, wide, inner. There's so many different variations, and it makes a difference in terms of the bicep curl. We're either hitting both heads of the muscle, hitting the inner head of the muscle or the outer head of the muscle, and our grip placements determine which head is being worked the most. Okay, so grip placements, fantastic way to create shock on the body. Okay. In addition to that, we can obviously change the exercises. That's a no-brainer. So I think a lot of times people get caught up in the same exercises over and over and over again. Be creative with it. If you feel like you're getting bored of the same exercises, you need to switch things up. Seriously, don't be afraid to switch things up. Just because it's Monday chest day, you don't have to claim a bench machine. You can change it up, okay? You can do weighted dips. You can do dumbbell. You can do weighted push-ups. You can do flies. There's so much you can do. There's the press machine. There's so many different exercises you can do to stimulate that muscle region. You don't have to stick to the same exact exercises every time you go in there. Another way is to shock the body is through the rep count and the set count. So instead of maybe doing 4 sets of 8, maybe you're doing 4 sets but 12, 10, 8, 6. Or maybe you're doing 5 sets of 5. Shocking it up not only by adding more reps or adding more sets, but lowering reps. Okay, creating more shock through weight. So where you're used to doing, maybe 45s on each side of the bench press, maybe you're doing 2 45s on each side, doing less reps, but shocking it through the amount of weight you're doing. And then, last but not least, the sets or the time in between your sets. So if you're used to resting a minute, maybe you take it down to 45 seconds, see how that affects your endurance levels. Okay? Or if you're used to doing lower ends, maybe you bump it up to, if you're used to doing 40-second rest, maybe you're doing a minute or 5, just to see how your body adapts to it. And you'll find that you can either do less weight or more weight, depending on where your starting point is. So that's how we can create variations in our exercise splits. And now let's jump into the next tier, the next pillar, if you will. That's abs. How can we effectively determine our ab split? Now, I'll give you guys a few examples. You can either do abs every single day that you're in the gym, 5 to 10 minutes towards the end of your workout. And there's something to be said of we need to make sure that we are doing both weighted and non-weighted, or just body weight sit-ups. So weighted or body weighted. So that means if we're doing sit-ups, maybe we're just doing our body weight today, and then next time we do it, we're doing with like a 45 plate. So it's weighted, creating variation and shock in our abs. Same principles apply that I went through for our exercises. Same rules apply for our abs. So 5-10 minutes every day after your lift. Or we can do 15 to 20 minute ab session every other day. You see the change there? So instead of hitting it every day for 5-10 minutes, we're going to do it every other day for about 15-20 minutes, where your workout, maybe 45 minutes of lifting weights. And then towards the end, you do 15-20 minutes of abs, giving you an hour and 5 minute total duration lift. Another more extreme example, especially for you guys that are trying to prep for a show or a photo shoot, what you might want to do is split the actual workout apart from your ab sessions. So it's very common to do an ab session in the morning, 30-minute abs. You can do it at home or you can go to the gym, whatever you prefer. But you wake up, do a standalone ab session, 30 minutes or so, and then in the evening, you can do your workout routine, or vice versa. You can do the lift in the morning, abs in the evening, whatever suits you best. But I prefer abs in the morning, workout in the evening. And so they're completely separate. Reason being is that you're able to hit it for longer and you're not going to jeopardize the total duration of your workout. So if you were to attach, if you're doing a 45-minute, hour-long workout and then you attach a 30-plus minute ab routine, what you'll find is that you're going to be walking a thin line of going over the mark, and it might become a detriment to your overall results because you're going to start to eat away muscle tissue if you're in the gym too long. And so when the body has reached a point where it needs nutrients to start to recover, if you don't give it those nutrients and then you continue to do activity through your ab exercise or anything, you're going to start to eat away that muscle tissue because your body's searching desperately for energy, and it's going to divest your muscle tissue, which we don't want. Nobody wants that. So be careful with that. some things around abs. And like I mentioned in the beginning of this, guys, I'm going to do video blogs specifically on abs and specifically on cardio. So if I go through this quickly, just know that there's going to be other videos with tons of information. Abs is one of my most favorite things to talk about, so you can ensure that's going to be a long video blog. So let's get into this. So I mentioned that when you're doing abs, you want to make sure that you're creating variations and shocking your abs just like you would any other body part. And we can do that by switching from body weight exercises to weighted exercises. We also want to make sure that we're hitting the core from all angles. We're hitting not just the upper abs, but we're hitting the lower abs. We're also hitting our serratus and our intercostals and our obliques, hitting the V. We're making sure that we're hitting our core at all angles, not just so it looks aesthetic and it's symmetrical and well balanced, but from a strength standpoint, making sure that our entire core is strong to help us get through other lifts. You know, if you're not familiar, you know, our core is extremely important in all the lifts: squats, bench, bicep curls. It's our stabilization source. So it's extremely imperative that our core is strong at all angles. If there's one weak link in the chain, then the entire thing is weak, and we got to make sure that that doesn't happen. So we are always making sure that we're well balanced in the core. Just a side thought to go along with that: make sure that if your back routine doesn't focus a lot on your lower back, make sure you're putting some lower back exercises with your ab exercise. So we can call it a core a core session. A lot of people have very weak lower backs and they just don't prioritize it. So if you're going to spend the time and have the discipline to do 15, 20 minute, 30 minute ab exercises, make sure you're putting some lower back exercises in there as well to ensure that your lower back is strong, because that is a very common weakness in a lot of lifters, and it hinders their performance in almost every single lift, because that is, that's your spine. It's holding you up. So make sure you're throwing that in there. But where was I? Got off track a little bit. Let's break down the abs and the core a little bit. Got your upper abdominals, got your lower abdominals, got your obliques. To put it simply, those three main areas. You can break it down a little more. You got your obliques, your serratus, your intercostals, your finger-like joints there. You have your rectus abdominals. You got major areas there. But for the sake of this conversation and this particular video blog, let's talk about upper abs, lower abs, and our obliques. What are some exercises we can do? Now we can incorporate, like I said, weighted or non-weighted. Blanking out, sit-ups, and this is for upper abs. So we can do weighted or non-weighted sit-ups. We can do crunches. We can do crunches with the twist, and we can do like weighted rope pull-downs. The rule of thumb for focusing on upper abs is typically what you want to envision is that your shoulders are going to break the angle between you're going to close the angle from your shoulders to your lower body. So to give you an example, if you can see, to help hit the upper abs, we want to bring our shoulders down, close this angle here, and that's going to help work upper abs. Same is true, but with a little twist for lower abs. Instead of focusing on shoulders to legs, it's kind of the other way around, legs up to shoulders. So that's going to bring this gap closer, but it's going to work on the lower abs. Exercises that include would be like pull-up bar hanging leg raises, where you're bringing your knees up to your chest, or if you're advanced, you can do straight legs all the way up. You can do scissor kicks. You're just kicking like this, helping create that V. You can do inner, you can do outer, you can do all sorts of different variations of that. You can do dragonflies. You can do hanging knee raises on the dip bar. There's a lot of anytime you're bringing your legs to your upper body, you're going to be closing that gap and working on the lower abdominals. And then you have obliques and all the fun little muscles on the side here, the intercostals, serratus, some of those muscles that will make you look extremely aesthetic if you're able to hone those in. And Typically what you want to do to bring those out is any twisting movement, whether you're standing, you're sitting, or you're in a sit-up or crunch position. When you're twisting your body, you're going to help create those striations on your core, as well as side bends. Okay, and we'll dig into that a little deeper in the ab vlog, but one of the most important things to do while you're doing abs is your breathing. Make sure your breathing technique is extremely sound. And what I mean by that is so many people, and myself included when I first started, I would go in and start doing abs, and typically most people just want to get through abs as fast as possible. And so let's say we're doing the bicycle kicks where you're bringing knee to elbow. I used to do this, and a lot of people still do it. It's like as fast as you can, and people are going as fast as you can. And they're like, oh, I did 100 of them. But it's not about the quantity, guys. It's all about the quality, especially when it comes to abs. And so someone who can do 10 of these real fast, I guarantee you that same person could probably only do 4, maybe 5 really slow, controlled, focus on the breathing. What happens when you're breathing out like that, as you contract the muscle, exhaling all the wind out of your rib cage, you get a deep contraction. You're able to, where you may be able to crunch this far, when you breathe out, you're going that much further. And what happens is that you're getting a greater range of motion, and it makes an extremely huge difference. Not only that, but when you breathe out, not only are you increasing the range of motion, but you're contracting, all the muscles are contracting, all the wind is out. Contracting, isometric hold, release. I can feel it right now, just illustrating that. Computer just locked up. But ensure that you're breathing. Don't rush it, especially when it comes to ab, guys. That's going to really bring out the definition in your abs. But let's move along. In terms of cardio, now there's different types of cardio you can do. The 3 main ones are, there's HIIT, and HIIT is high intensity interval training. An example of this is when you get onto the treadmill, okay, you put it on a very high incline. Pretty much max that baby out, depending on your endurance levels and your cardiovascular abilities, but max that baby out. And what you're going to do is hop on there for 30 seconds. Balls to the wall sprint. You're going all out. I mean, you should be struggling. You should be concerned of whether or not you're going to fall off this thing. It should be very high intensity. Okay, 30-second all-out sprint, and then you jump off, completely off the treadmill, and you're not jogging around, you're not walking around, you're not doing push-ups and sit-ups. You're completely focused on recovering. Hands above your head, breathing deep breaths in and out, creating very, very, very deep breaths to help flush the CO2 out of your body, to help release the lactic acid out so you can continue to go. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself hitting a wall. So focus on your breathing. And the purpose of this is not only to get the CO2 and lactic acid out, but we're bringing our heart rate down so that we can go back onto the treadmill and give it another go. And so it's interval training. And what it means is 30 seconds on, minute and a half, 2.5, maybe 3 minutes off, okay, depending on your fitness levels. But the focus is to make sure your heart rate is going back down. It's not about going balls to the wall and then kind of recovering and you're still really tired and you go back on. That's not going to do you as much good. And I know that's hard to believe, but trust me, I'm going to dig into the science behind that in my cardio vlog, but just know that it needs to be balls to the wall, heart rate is extremely elevated, and then give yourself enough time to let it recover a little bit. You're not going to be completely lethargic where you're resting 5-6 minutes, but from my experience, I think 1.5 minutes, maybe 3.5 minutes is ideal. But you do this interval on, off for a total duration of 10 to 15 minutes. Don't go over that, because then you're going to start to walk that thin line of detriment and start to eat away your muscles. 10-15 minutes HIIT cardio. Then you have LISS Cardio, low intensity, steady state. Essentially the exact opposite of HIIT. An example of this would be, I'll just use the treadmill, that's most familiar to most people. So you get on the treadmill, very slight incline. It's not flat, it's not high, it's just very slight, like a very light walk on the treadmill 45 minutes to an hour. You're not completely out of breath. You're able to hold a conversation, but the tempo of your words should be a little elevated than normal. So you might be talking like, this is a great workout. Yeah, let me focus on this. Okay, so it's a little out of breath. So you do that 45-minute walk, slight incline, and you'll be all good. That's low intensity, steady state. Okay, these are both two different variations. I would say if you were going to pick one of the two, I would certainly say HIIT cardio is more beneficial. But you can't do HIIT every single day because it's extremely taxing on the nervous system. So if you're someone who's trying to get in peak condition, you got a photo shoot, big summer day on the boat, you got a competition, and you feel like you need to do cardio a lot, well, you need to do a little bit of both, where maybe you're doing HIIT Monday, LISS Tuesday, HIIT Wednesday. You cannot do HIIT every single day because you're going to tax your central nervous system. Your ability to recover is going to reduce and you're going to feel like crap. So don't do that every single day, but there's a lot of benefit in it. And then last but not least, there's a cardio lift. And it's a great way to continue to activate our muscles, but at the same time we're getting the benefits of what we would find in a HIIT, or kind of a mixture of HIIT and LISS cardio. So what that means is we're doing a normal workout, so to speak, so maybe it's a chest day, but instead of doing 4 sets of 8 reps with 45-second rest, what we're doing instead is kind of a circuit training. So we might be doing bench press into dumbbell incline press, into flies, into cable crossovers, into push-ups. That's a total workout. And so we're doing a circuit. So we'll do a circuit of each one of these in a row, where we do bench press, no rest, right into incline dumbbell press, with no rest, right into dumbbell flies, with no rest, right into cable crossovers, no rest, right into push-ups. That's one iteration of that circuit. We might repeat that 3 times. And we're doing higher reps, 15 reps to 20 reps or plus. And so it's high reps, fast pace, basically no rest between sets in that first module. So those 5 exercises, boom, 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 then rest. And then do it again, boom, 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 rest. So it's cardio lift, activating the muscles, getting the benefit of stimulating our muscles and promoting growth there, but at the same time, stimulating our body to continue to burn fat through this high intensity and this fast pace. So that's a great way, one of my favorite ways to do cardio. So when should we do cardio? It's same principles apply of our ab routine, but you got to be careful with this piece. You have to be very careful. You do not want to go into the gym, work out for an hour and a half, your regular workout routine, hour and a half, and then tack on a HIIT training session at the end of it, or LISS for an hour. Because, like I've been saying, when you work out for too long and you tax the body for too long, there comes a point where your body needs the nutrition. Okay, you're creating the demand for the muscle to grow. And if you continue to beat it up and beat it up and beat it up, you are going to create a lot of detriment to your muscle. And so there comes a point where you have to cut it off and you need to slam the nutrition as soon as possible and then rest the body. So I don't advise you guys do a workout session and then a HIIT session. The best way to do it is to break the day up into 2 different segments, where you do HIIT cardio, fasted HIIT cardio in the morning. You wake up and you slam some BCAAs, some glutamine, you hop on the treadmill, 30-second interval on, 1.5 to 3 minutes off, and you repeat that over and over again, creating 10 to 15-minute overall duration of that HIIT session. And then you created the demand to burn fat and created the body to absorb nutrients. So for the rest of the day, you're putting nutrients in your body through your meals, and then 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, you're doing your regular workout routine. That is the best way to gain muscle and burn fat right there, hands down. Cardio in the morning, lift session at night. Now, if you are at a point where you're having a really hard, if your body type is just having a really hard time getting those abs to show. Maybe a cardio lift in the morning, or excuse me, other way around. You wake up in the morning, you go to the gym, so you're essentially doing 2-a-days. You wake up and you do heavier lifts in the morning. Say you're doing chest. You take those 5 exercises I said, and it might be a little different than that, but take those 5, bench press, dumbbell incline press, dumbbell flies, crossovers, push-ups. Do those 5, but you're going heavy, 4 sets of 8, or 12, 10, 8, 6 in the morning. And then in the evening, you're doing a cardio lift, 15 to 30 reps. No rest. One circuit training style of those 5 exercises, 3 rounds of it. So boom, 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 rest. Boom, 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 rest. Boom, 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 rest. Get the hell out of there. Put the nutrition in and go to bed. You will get, if you're having a hard time getting your abs a show, or if you're one of those individuals having a hard time getting lean, guaranteed results from this method. If you're someone who's already pretty lean and cut, there's no need for you to do that. You're going to lose a lot of mass if you do that, unless you're eating a lot. Now there's balance there, guys. There's so much. This game is all about balance. We're just talking about the splits, solving this combination for our lock of success, the lock of fitness in our health and physique. There's so many different factors: the lifting, the nutrition, the supplements, and the rest. Those 4 things are so important. There's 4 numbers to unlock the code, but this is just one. So make sure you guys are not just taking this and doing it. Make sure you're trying to figure out the other numbers of the combination lock. So be careful in terms of cardio and your abs. The biggest thing to take away is when you're throwing in abs and cardio, make sure you're not overextending the total duration of your workout, surpassing 1.5 to 2 hours, because the body needs the nutrition. Okay, make sure you're being responsible about that. What is last? What do we got next? I wanted to talk about priority training. When we're designing our weekly split, looking at what's on Monday, what's on Tuesday, what's on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when is our cardio going to be, when is our abs going to be? When we're looking at all of this, we want to make sure that we're doing what's called priority training, where we are putting our lagging body parts, or the body parts in which we want to enhance most, towards the beginning of not only our week, but our workout as well. So, as I mentioned, so many people are concerned about their chest. That's why Monday is always chest. It's in the beginning of the week where everyone's fresh. Most people do Sunday off and then chest on Monday because they're coming off of a rest day. They're fresh, they're ready to go, energy levels are high, testosterone's high, they're ready to go. No lactic acid in the body. And not only are they doing it in the beginning of the week, but they're going to most likely be doing bench press and dumbbell incline press, or some of those compound movements that I mentioned in the beginning of their lift, because it is the point in which their energy and their body's ability to perform is at its peak. And so we can take that principle and apply it every single day. So if you're someone who is trying to build width of their back, get the cobra style of their back, huge V taper, especially a lot of you physique guys, you're going to want to be doing a lot of pull-ups or weighted lat pull-downs to help provide that V shape in the back. You wouldn't really want to do pull-ups at the end of your back workout because your focus is on the V, and so you're going to do the exercise that focuses on that the most. Okay, so that's what I mean by priority training. Same with legs. That's why the squats are almost always in the beginning. Compound movement, utilizing every muscle in your body, consuming all of your energy, but you're getting the most bang for your buck. Okay, so priority training, figure out what you want to focus on, what's lagging, what do you want to build up, and start to manipulate your week and your split revolving around that particular body part. So, Miles, man, I appreciate the question. Great question. Like I said, guys, I know this. I went through this fast. I know that I gave you guys small little snippets in terms of your cardio and in terms of your ab routine. I promise you I'm going to do videos on that. I'm going to go into great detail on each of those, helping you guys really maximize your efforts in the gym, helping you get to your goals, whether it's burning fat, building muscle, or a little bit of both. Promise you those videos will come soon. Miles, really appreciate the message, man. I also appreciate being a member. Spread the word, guys. I love all of you. Take care. God bless.